Hello and welcome to AP Calculus Section 5.1a Homework Solutions. We're on page 318. We're going to do 15 through 29 odd. I was able to get the first five written out here, the problems, and in this case we are expressing the natural logs. We are splitting them up, really. So expressing them, the instructions are as a sum, difference, or multiple logarithms. All right, so we've got a quotient here on number 15, natural log of 2/3. That's the same as the natural log of 2 minus the natural log of 3. So a quotient is a difference. Okay. Here on top, number 17, we have a sum. So this is the natural log of x. So that's a product. So plus the natural log of y. And then z is on the bottom. So we would subtract the natural log of z. So if you want, you could check it by going backwards from this. And we go left to right. So we'd have x times y and then divide that by z. Number 19, this is the same as the natural log of 2 to the 3/2 power. So remember the radical, what's in the crook of the radical, in this case nothing's listed, so it would be a 2, right, is the bottom of the fraction. So if we write that as a fractional exponent, it would be 2 to the 3/2, and we can bring that 3/2 out front. So that's 3/2 times the natural log of 2. And that's all we can do. Okay, 21 is a little more involved here. So first we're going to bring that 3 out front. So everything, this 3 here, comes out front. And then we would have the natural log. So inside here we have a quotient. So that's times the natural log of x squared minus 1 minus the natural log of x cubed. Okay, so then we would have 3 times the natural log of x squared minus 1 minus, and we can bring this 3 out front, 3 natural log of x. All right, and then the back of the book, so I believe the back of the book, and I would be fine with just then multiplying the 3 by each one of those, but the back of the book I think splits that up into x squared minus 1 into x plus 1 times x minus 1. And then that'd be minus 9 natural log of x if we were to distribute that 3. I'm really okay with leaving it as x squared plus 1. All right, and then 23, let me rewrite that's the natural log of z times z minus 1 all squared. Okay, we've got a product here, so that's the natural log of z plus the natural log of z minus 1 all squared. So I've split it apart into a product. Now I can bring this 2 out front. So we have natural log of z plus 2 natural log of z minus 1. And that's all you can do. You can't split up this quantity that's within parentheses here. So this is as far as we can go. This is not natural log of z minus natural log of 1. All right, if it's in parentheses, it's quantity z minus 1. Okay, that does it for the first part of the homework. So let's do the last 3. Got number 25. So the instructions for these last 3 would be write the expression as a single logarithm. So we have the natural log. So we're going backwards really from our last the last few problems. So minus natural log of x plus 2. So this is subtraction, so that ends up being a quotient. So x minus 2 over x plus 2. And I do prefer to put a bracket around that so that you know you're taking the natural log of that quotient and not just the top, or if you accidentally write the natural log too low. So I think this is the best thing to do with a quotient is to go ahead and put parentheses or a bracket around it like that. All right, 27, we have 1/3 and 2 natural log x plus 3 plus natural log of x minus natural log of x squared minus 1. Okay, I want to do the 1/3 last. So we're going to hold that off. Let's go ahead and take care of the coefficients first. So that's natural log of x plus 3 all squared. I'm taking that 2, make it into an exponent. Plus natural log of x, and then minus natural log of x squared minus 1. Now you could put that as x plus 1, x minus 1. I'm not going to do that. Just leave it like that. So now I'm going to make this all into one natural log. So I've got a plus, so this would be the natural log, 1/3 times the natural log of x plus 3 all squared times x, right, because it's plus, so it's a product, and then we have subtraction, so over x squared minus 1. All right, and what can I do with that? I can raise that whole thing to the 1/3 power. I'm going to do the x first because that's the more pretty way to write it. And all that to the 1/3 power. If you want, you could write it as the cube root of all that, but I'm totally fine to leave it as a fractional exponent. And finally, our last one, I think I can fit it in, number 29. We have 2 natural log of 3 minus 1/2 natural log of x squared plus 1. Okay, let's make that natural log of 3 squared minus the natural log of x squared plus 1 to the 1/2 power. So I took care of these coefficients, made them into exponents. So now we have subtraction, so I would have the natural log of 3 squared over the square root, the 1/2 power, I'm going to write as square root of x squared plus 1. So just cleaning that up a little bit, that'd be 9 over the square root of x squared plus 1. I'm going to go ahead and put all that in brackets to make it easier to see what we're doing. And that does it for this Homework Solutions video. I will talk to you on lecture 5.1b.